and don't shoot everything out there to you guys about different businesses that I'm involved with, because everything ain't for everybody. Because it's like this, if everybody claiming that I'm not that sharp and I'm not that smart, then why should I give you guys my business plan? Why should I reveal my business plan? It's obvious if I've been a multi-millionaire, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions, but as soon as somebody black does it, their own people say, oh, he's broke. Listen, I got to where I got to focusing on Floyd Mayweather. That's how I got to becoming 50-0. Because my thing was always...
After days of saying nothing, Floyd Mayweather has finally broken his silence on the swirling allegations of debt, financial crimes, and tax issues. He addressed it first through a series of tweets, then took it a step further by jumping on Instagram Live, flashing his money and wristwatches while speaking directly to his fans about the ongoing controversy.
Made over $1 billion. By the time I was 40, I think I made over 1.2 billion with no endorsement deals, independent. So it's obvious I got some type of remedy, or I know what I'm doing. So, but I don't want to reveal it to the world.
Surrounded by stacks of cash and a lineup of expensive watches, Mayweather got straight to the point, declaring that every fraud allegation against him is completely false and has absolutely no basis in truth.
I just showed the 2 Rolls Royces, well, actually 3 cars that I bought. So I brought them out front, one of my houses. We like to call this house right here the Palace. As you can see, this right here is red.
Reports, you mentioned 100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten 100 million for a fight, and not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130. Wow. There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year and this over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. It's never happened, and it won't be.
And how do you know it's bullshit?
As he kept talking, fans flooded the comments with reactions, with one visibly frustrated viewer cutting straight to the point, saying Floyd should just confirm or deny the allegations instead of putting his wealth on display.
Buffett that's in his 80s or 90s that can still make a ton of money. Bill Gates can still make computers. But soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or...
He went on, calling the allegations a deliberate attempt to damage his image and tear down everything he had built. He insisted he has always been transparent in his dealings and that his records speak for themselves. He reminded everyone that he's not just a boxer but a businessman who has built a brand on hard work, determination, and excellence, and that he refused to let baseless claims destroy what he spent his entire life building.
Moved through it and wasn't making as much as he says.
They're claiming he was doing 100 million a fight, and I'm claiming for you he in his whole career has made about 100 million. There's a very
wow. You made 8.8 in one night.
Yeah.
And you're a great fighter, but I'm looking at Floyd and I'm like, Floyd had this long career. I could imagine him making more than 100 million.
Floyd is a household name.
Yeah. Yeah, I know people say that. I understand that. Nah, Floyd was not Muhammad Ali, and Floyd wasn't Mike Tyson.
Like 8.1.
This is what he told me one day. We took a walk. We was in New York. We was taking a walk. He said, "You see that building right there?" He said, "Yeah." We said, "We own that. You see this building? We own it." So we was walking and walking. Then he said, a boxer makes money when he boxing. A football player makes money when he playing football. Basketball player makes money when he playing basketball. He said, but New York real estate, you make money when you sleep. Some of the biggest artists, you wouldn't even know. Because my name don't have to be on everything.
I have to do the marquee.
Yeah, because sometimes if you put your name on certain things, you got people that's gonna be jealous. So I was like...
He then made an Instagram post featuring a news report about his property ownership, adding a caption that pushed back hard against the doubt surrounding him. He wrote that people never expect athletes to build portfolios. They expect flash, not financial literacy, and broke, not business-minded. He said he was rewriting the script with his own money, his own mind, and his own moves, and that, if that threatened anyone, it said more about them than him. He went on to say that people too often question the legitimacy of black success instead of celebrating growth, pointing to racism, envy, and deep-rooted stereotypes as the real forces driving the doubt. He added that he refused to fall in line with what was expected of him, that he studied, invested, and is actively building a legacy that needs no one's approval. He closed with a direct message: respect the hustle or step aside.
Catch him, but it was this incredible moment where I saw Floyd, because I hear Floyd at $100 million. Like, man, let me tell you for sure. He fought Sean Mitchell for $4 million. I was there when he got the paycheck. These numbers you're hearing just aren't true. They're just not true.
Wow.
Wait, you don't think that Floyd got the 100?
No, it's simply not true. No,
But don't you think it was a different...
However, no official report has confirmed that he actually owns any of those properties. It's widely believed he may have been paid as a brand ambassador to present himself as the owner in order to attract potential buyers and renters as part of a planned sale. Despite this, Floyd took to social media on Monday to defend himself, insisting his empire is completely solid, and suggesting the IRS is simply looking to get a cut of his money.
All you have to do is give them that 33 and give them that 33%.
Yeah.
Skip, I get it. And I get the fact, like, all they're gonna do is waste my money anyway, but that's not the way you do it.
That is not allowed.
We saw other greats.
He even allegedly shared what appeared to be a fake tax receipt on social media in an attempt to mislead the public and quiet the growing criticism. Floyd's nickname, Money, has long reflected both his dominance in the ring and his ability to generate massive wealth through fights and business ventures. However, he has also publicly claimed on social media that he paid an 8-figure sum in taxes over the past year alone, a claim that, like many of his recent statements, has been met with significant skepticism.
Pieces right here come as a package. Forbes just done a crazy story on the Hue collection. I need you guys to go check it out. Now, when I travel, I like to take 7 watches, 7 Ivy & Co watches. Now, I know in the past, I talked about 30 watches, 40 watches, but now it's all about the Hue collection and these 3 watches.
Mayweather is widely regarded as one of the wealthiest athletes in sports history, with his dominance in the ring earning him massive fight purses throughout his career. The man who made Money his nickname has since retired from professional boxing but has continued returning for exhibition bouts while running multiple businesses and managing various properties. Reports that surfaced in December suggested a rematch with Manny Pacquiao was already in the works, with an exhibition fight reportedly set to take place in Japan as the two legends look to reignite their iconic rivalry once again.
Be proven, right? You just take the camera. You don't have to tell the audience it's sold out. Just take the camera and show us if it's sold out. I mean, It's as simple as doing that. Can I tell you one that's interesting? Floyd Mayweather, just before he came Floyd, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, in fact, at the time. The year was 2005. Portland, my hometown, and he fought Sean Mitchell, who was a former world champion. So they fought
the tassel shorts.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Good memory, by the way. Gooseman.
Mayweather took to social media without hesitation, posting a photo of his tax payment alongside a typically bold caption. On Instagram, he revealed he handed $18 million over to the IRS, referring to them as Uncle Sam, pointing out that this was what he owed while sitting in retirement, and daring people to imagine the figures he was paying back when he was actively fighting. This isn't the first time he's addressed his taxes publicly. As far back as 2017, Mayweather told reporters he had already taken care of everything and wasn't losing a single night of sleep over it. He even referenced the staggering $100 million check from his legendary fight with Manny Pacquiao, one he claimed he didn't even bother to cash on stage.
A check to the IRS. Yeah. Give him $100 million. Now, if someone in this camp introduced them to someone that knew the game and that could save them money.
He added that they were not worried about it in the slightest. His tax attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment, and it also remains unclear whether the IRS attempted to withhold any of Mayweather's purse from his fight against Conor McGregor. The agency itself does not comment on individual cases, and Nevada boxing regulators also did not respond immediately. Generally speaking, the the IRS pauses collection activity once a taxpayer formally contests a lien. According to Stephen A. Smith, Mayweather filed a petition with the U.S. Tax Court in Washington, D.C. on April 13, requesting that his case be heard in Las Vegas. As Leighton Kohler of the Dickinson Wright firm's Las Vegas office explained, with no connection to the boxer's case. The petition process typically follows when a taxpayer and an IRS officer fail to reach an agreement on how a tax debt should be resolved.
But then he has security. Well, if it don't work, at least got the money to pay him off. So I think it's a low risk, high reward for him. So I think in that situation,
the appeals process may have given Mayweather valuable time to collect millions from the August fight, which he may have then used to settle his obligations with the IRS. Kohler, a former senior revenue agent with the agency, explained that tax judges typically travel to Las Vegas only once or twice a year, meaning taxpayers can find themselves waiting anywhere from 6 months to a full year before their cases are even heard. The 2015 lien is just one of several tax liens the IRS has filed against Mayweather over the past decade, a situation that stands in sharp contrast to many of his former opponents, including Conor McGregor, who has faced no similar financial issues either in Ireland or in the United States, where he is reportedly completely debt-free. Floyd Mayweather's career is often divided into two distinct eras: the Pretty Boy era and the Money Mayweather era.
I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks.
These two eras could not be more different. In terms of boxing style, the Pretty Boy era was defined by dominance, aggression, and genuine knockout power, while the Money Mayweather era showcased elite boxing intelligence, exceptional skill, and a near-perfect defensive masterclass. The financial contrast was equally dramatic. Pretty Boy Mayweather made solid money while signed to Top Rank, but in the Money Mayweather era, he went on to earn hundreds of millions. As a result, Pretty Boy was seen as relatively straightforward in financial matters, while Money Mayweather became regularly tied to media narratives involving tax controversies and financial scrutiny. However, when it came to discussing the exact period when his earnings surged and his career reached its financial peak, Mayweather himself was not always in the clearest position to explain every detail at the time.
It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip, but it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted to fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle.
Though 5-division champion Floyd Mayweather has appeared countless times inside the boxing ring, it wasn't his boxing success alone that marked the true beginning of the Money Mayweather era. On March 30, 2008, he made one of the most unexpected crossover moments in entertainment history when he came face-to-face with WWE giant Paul White, better known as The Big Show. This came on the heels of Mayweather's victory over Ricky Hatton and during a brief retirement phase when he stepped into the world of WWE at WrestleMania 24. Mayweather confronted the towering superstar during a major storyline build-up, and in that confrontation he reportedly landed a punch that broke Big Show's nose.
Experience. What they like to do, if you owe them, they're not going to send you a letter right away. They like that thing to occur. They like to get that interest on that thing. That's 7-8%. Because they don't, because see, Skip, they know like, oh, he can pay it right now. No, he forgot. Let's see if he can get it again.
This set up their match, which Mayweather went on to win while keeping his undefeated persona completely intact. According to a TalkSport report, Mayweather claimed he was paid $20 million for the appearance. 17 years later, Triple H, whose real name is Paul Michael Levesque, appeared on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz and shared some genuinely surprising insights about Floyd Mayweather. The wrestling legend revealed that he had personally trained Mayweather for the match, but the most compelling moment came when Triple H explained the true origin of the Money Mayweather persona. He stated that Mayweather was a massive WWE fan growing up and added that the entire Money Mayweather identity came from a conversation they had, where Floyd acknowledged that Pretty Boy Floyd was only going to take him so far. Triple H went on to explain that Mayweather had a deep understanding of his own image as a business, saying the real question was never about being the greatest boxer, but about becoming the biggest box office attraction. And doing that required building a larger-than-life character and creating a powerful enough platform to sell that persona to the entire world.
And he was like, good listener, and he was down to do whatever it went through.
I say this all the time. He would show up with like this massive entourage, everybody hooting and hollering and just crazy and all that stuff. And we'd talk for a little bit, and then he'd be like, all right, you want to get down to work? And I'd be like, yeah. And he'd whistle or something. And
Triple H then added that Mayweather, inspired by his love of WWE, built the Money Mayweather persona entirely from the ground up. He explained that Mayweather expanded the character through HBO's 24/7 series, which became a major platform for selling that image to a massive worldwide audience. Interestingly, Pretty Boy Floyd was far less of a showman compared to his later persona, focusing much more on in-ring performance than self-promotion. Money Mayweather, on the other hand, became a larger-than-life figure who fully embraced controversy and wealth to transform himself into a genuine cultural icon. That said, Triple H was not the only one to speak about the famous WrestleMania 24 segment. According to a TalkSport report, WWE legend Paul White recalled actually asking Floyd Mayweather to legitimately break his nose during their iconic 2008 storyline. White said he told Floyd that when he did it, he should run, because he was half nuts and if he got his hands on him, things would get very real. And they did. Mayweather followed through and broke White's nose during the No Way Out segment, making the entire moment far more legitimate than anyone watching at home could have ever imagined.
anybody that stayed would stop talking. Everybody else would get out of the room. And he was like a laser focus.
Wow.
And the first time we trained together, we did like 2 hours or whatever. And then I had to go on the road, and then I came back, I think, to like Vegas or something like. And
White admitted there were only about 15 to 20 seconds where he was genuinely out of his mind, adding that Shane McMahon was the only one who stepped in to calm things down, saying Shane has more guts than just about anybody. White also praised Mayweather's professionalism, describing him as a true showman who genuinely understands the entertainment side of the business. The encounter, though lasting just under 12 minutes in total, remains one of WWE's most unforgettable crossover moments in history. Overall, it appears that WWE indirectly played a significant role in Mayweather's transition from Pretty Boy to Money Mayweather, and it clearly paid off in a major way for the 5-division champion, who went on to become one of the richest boxers the sport has ever produced while maintaining a perfect undefeated record. Moving on, rapper 50 Cent has spoken openly on many occasions about his friendship with Floyd Mayweather. However, as is the case with many close relationships, the two have had their fair share of disagreements along the way with the retired undefeated champion.
Because you're already invested.
Right, like when you give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail. Right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when... But see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure.
There have also been genuinely positive moments between the two, including instances of real solidarity where 50 Cent stood firmly by Mayweather during difficult periods, such as his 2012 prison sentence related to a domestic violence case. But in the present day, financial matters appear to be what consistently keeps them at odds. Despite their differences, 50 Cent has continued responding to accusations and rumors surrounding Mayweather, including claims suggesting he is facing bankruptcy following unsuccessful real estate ventures. While these reports remain completely unverified and his exact financial status remains unclear, it is also reported that 50 Cent has not forgiven an alleged $2 million debt that Mayweather supposedly owes him, said to be one of the key driving forces behind their ongoing and very public dispute.